Well, this here story begins deep in the thicket of the Western Sierra, in a place that has gained quite a reputation lately for being engulfed in flames more often than not. A group of friends cooked up a bona fide crazy plan to set out into this wild land with only bikes and backpacks to maybe find something in the forests that remained. They originally planned a full west-east crossing of the Sierra, or the range of light to us old-timers. But time and time again, their route kept burning down just before setting out. Something I think we can all relate to these days. They looked south to a route that, well, if completed, would link up two national parks. A mighty clever feat in itself. So they loaded their steeds and saddled up. They filled their minds with that blissful drug we call optimism, and they pedaled onward, looking for where the road became trail.
We got about 300 kilometers, 50 of them will be hiking with our bikes strapped to the back, so a lot of elevation and hopefully beautiful skies. I hope the winds are with us too, so that whatever smoke is left in the area heads east away from us.
People are always like, oh, the Sierra is mystical, so I'm just pumped to see it.
You know when you get that feeling in your belly? One of those ideas you just can't let go of? Yeah, well, these four are the kings and queens of that. The more obscure the idea, the more exciting it is to them. Just look at this motley crew. Erik, the Swede. Lael, the Alaskan. Rue, the photog, and Burkard. I don't know, he might be the maddest of them all. Some would describe this bunch as restless, like that's a bad thing, but sometimes it's the restless ones that show the rest of us the way. So they charged into the foothills, shaking off the sizzling temperatures and smoke from the nearby fires. Our heroes pedaled onward and upward, further into this untamed country that's drier than the heart of a haystack.
Yeah, we just found water for the first time today. And you can hear it. You could hear it just riding up, and it's been such a hot, salty day.
Literally no water in like 60 miles. What is this? I'm so happy right now. It's such a big tree.
Yeah, we got some more climbing to do, no doubt. It's a big day.
With the light fading quickly, they pitched camp by an alpine lake for some much-needed shut-eye. If there's one thing I can guarantee you, it's that more climbing awaited them in the morning.
Kind of what you expect. Like, this is the barrier of entry for going to the Sierras. You have to make it through the foothills, which are gnarly. I mean, doesn't let up at all, so I'm excited to see what tomorrow brings. Yesterday was a grind. I was going to bed with my legs just twitching. They were so crampy. But today we're back at it. We got water, one big climb, and then a massive descent. So we're psyched.
This is where the journey gets really steep. But there's one little problem. The roads. Yeah, they don't connect at all. Our guys will have to hike through some rough terrain with the bikes on their backs. Everyone knew this section was going to be hard. But how hard? Well, that was still to be reckoned with.
We're at the dead end of Highway 180 in Kings Canyon National Park. You can't go any further east because there's mountains, and Mount Whitney is right up there. And we are going right up there.
Is totally still and calm and beautiful. So good spot. Happy to be here. Thought we'd get a little bit farther, but so it goes.
Isn't it maddening to see how nothing seems to bother them? They keep laughing and smiling at all the stuff I would kick dirt about. I'm beginning to believe they really are cuckoo. Or maybe they just got a secret. I wish they'd tell me.
Our hiking trail just basically crossed paths with either a controlled burn or a fresh forest fire. I mean, this is basically why we can't cross the Sierras, because half of it's on fire. Crazy to think that it's mid-October and haven't seen a drop of rain, and this is now what we're dealing with.
Oh, that was nice. 25 kilometers of hiking today. Gnarly.
While I look down from my tall window down to the busy street of mine, I couldn't hear a sound that was louder than the one inside my mind. Instead of trees, the kids were climbing.
With the sun still hours away from rising, our crew made the executive call to start before the roosters crow. They still have a lot of country to travel before they get to that next road where they can finally mount their saddles again. Just the thought of a massive descent played in the back of their minds. It spurred them higher. Oh, they knew what awaited.
To the sound of a guitar strum. Yes, it brings us back together, though sometimes I wonder how. 'Cause to
But
me,
we all know the best feeling is being out in a place like this with your buddies and not another soul in sight. Hell, I wouldn't trade that feeling for my granddaddy's ranch.
for an hour that I'm alive. Still I'm playing out for because I keep him in a wooden
Wow, that's like $1 million.
so that one
Okay,
day
If I take it off now, I can't get it off.
it's a race. You like break your bike.
Oh my, yeah.
But when I hold her hand, I understand that she's worth a whole lot more than I could ever afford.
Quite a cool journey we did. Stoked. Really am.
How many years has this tree stood? We hazard a guess by the rings in its wood. What all has this tree seen? Only most of human history. As the years pass and we pass, this noble tree stands patiently growing its mass. It stands and it stands and it stands, spreading its roots to create our promised lands. Many have fallen to wind and pest and fire, but not this one. It won't retire. It stays tall. It knows it must, as the last guardian of time and all that's just. With the wind slapping their faces and gravity is their buddy, they pointed downward with 40 miles and lots of smiles ahead of them. These days, our human plans have shown us they don't hold much water. Oh, they ain't very comforting. I can still draw solace in one thing. Old Trusty. Yep, Mother Nature. Sure, she's always changing, but you know what? She's always there for us too, no matter what. Oh, there I go again, waxing poetic. Yeah, all you want to know was that if they found what they were looking for out there, yeah, well, you know, I'm not sure that matters much. I think what's important is just to get on your saddle and go. I reckon you'll see for yourself.
Most unreal experience, and then through about 30-40 miles more of technical kind of like just massive descent, and honestly one of the most beautiful places I've ever had the pleasure of riding a bike and hiking and experiencing.
Just the concept of like riding to the end of the road and then start hiking towards the start of the next road. I think that's a really compelling way of traveling.
I loved it. It was really cool, really beautiful, and now I just really want to take a shower.
There's one right behind you.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Erik looks like he has the right idea too, cold beer.